Hi, let's talk about solving real-life systems algebraically. So at the end of this video, you should be able to solve a system of equations algebraically using substitution or elimination. Let's go ahead and try to solve each system below algebraically. You recently got a job as a camp counselor and you need to buy supplies for their sports. Oh, for my sports camp. Okay. On Monday, you purchase 8 soccer balls. So 8 soccer balls and 3 footballs for $152.50. The next day, you have to go back and purchase 6 more soccer balls and 2 more footballs for $113. How much does each soccer ball and each football cost? So we're going to use the information that was given to us about soccer balls and footballs and their prices, and we're going to try to find out the cost of each soccer ball and each football. Each soccer ball and each football. So first we're going to begin with let statements. And a let statement is where we let a variable represent something. So we're going to let x represent the cost of each soccer ball. So what are we trying to find? Cost of each soccer ball. And we're going to let y equal the cost of each football. Why did I just say it like that? Football. The cost of each football. Okay. Using our let statements, we're going to write equations that model the situation given to us in the problem. And our two equations are going to be 8 soccer balls plus 3 footballs had a total cost of $152.50. And then 6 soccer balls plus 2 footballs cost $113. Now we are going to solve. So we have 2 equations with 2 unknown variables. So we are going to set them right on top of each other. So that way the x's, the y's, and the totals line up perfectly. All right. And let's think about substitution or elimination. Well, I always think that elimination is usually easier. So let's try to do elimination here, okay? So I have a coefficient of 8 up here and a coefficient of 6 down here. If I'm trying to eliminate the x variable, and you can pick, it's up to you. Like I've just chosen just now arbitrarily to eliminate the x variable. I would do a little something called the cross coefficients trick. So I would bring the 6 up here and I would bring the 8 down here. And now I'm going to multiply every single piece in the brackets by the number that's out front. Don't forget about the constant. Everybody always does. Poor constant. Okay, so we distribute the 6 on top, and we would get 48x plus 18y equals 6 times 152.50. You're going to have to do that in your calculator and get 915. On the bottom, I'm going to take the 8, I'm going to distribute it to the 6 and get 48x. And then 8 times 2 is going to give me 16. And then 8 times 113 is going to give me 904. And I still have my little bracket out front. So what I'm going to do is subtract the second equation from the first equation. I just got an even or the same coefficient out here, right? For the purpose of subtracting one equation from the other and eliminating the x. So now I have 48x minus 48x, and that's going to give me 0x. In math, if we have 0 of something, we just don't write it. It's not there anymore. So the x's have canceled. Awesome. Now I do 18y minus 16y. I put the minus outside the brackets just to remind you that you're subtracting each piece, right? So I have 18 minus 16, that's going to give me a 2y. And then I have 915 minus 904, that's going to give me, let me do it in my head, 11. Okay, so now I have 2y equals 11. I'm going to divide both sides by 2 to get y all by itself. Now I have 11 over 2 for y. Since I'm dealing with money and the cost of items, I'm going to go ahead and turn that into a decimal. So I have y equals 5.5. Now I'm going to take that y equals 5.5 and I'm going to substitute back into the original so that I can solve for x. So I'm going to take this y equals 5.5. I need another color. Let's do yellow. I'm going to take this and substitute it back into an original. So recall that our originals are up here. So let's pick an original. I don't know. This one seems like it has lower numbers, so I'm going to do that one. So I'm going to copy the original that I'm going to use. 6x plus 2y equals 113. I'm supposed to be substituting in the y value that I got over here, and then we can solve for x. So we have 2 times 5.5 equals 113. That'll give me 6x plus 11 equals 113. I subtract 11 from both sides, and I'm going to, continue my work up here. 6x equals 102. I'm going to divide both sides by 6, and I get x equals 17. So now I have y equals 5.5 and x equals 17. And remember, what we were trying to find originally was the cost of each soccer ball, which is this guy. Actually, let me change the color of the highlighter then. X equals 17. We found the cost of each soccer ball. And y is the cost of each football. Or actually, let's change it to green. Green, green, green. There we go. Now everything matches. Hooray. Let's change this to green, green. Okay, so look visually at what we have done. We had our 2 equations, 2 unknowns. The first equation represented the cost of, the first x represented the cost of soccer balls, and y represented the cost of footballs. We set up a system of equations and first solved for y, so that gave us the cost of each football, and then we substituted that back into an original to get the cost of each soccer ball. So answer the question. Let's answer it with a sentence. We know each soccer ball costs $17, and each football costs, there should be an S at the end, sorry, $5.50. The